The big thing there was the anticipation. It seemed like the winter lasted so long that you just couldn't wait to see how the people were going to react, and then to come in here opening night and have that kind of response. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's almost overwhelming.
He's got it, and the Bucks have completed a 3-game sweep of the New York Mets as the Bucks limit the Mets to just 2 runs in this series and go up 3.5 games on New York.
It's very confusing. Sometimes it knuckles and it doesn't change. Sometimes it changes and it doesn't. I guess I can't say that.
Well, we've seen just about everything this year. I don't think we've seen this particular problem arise.
And now Leyland goes back for more. He may be on his way. Nelson Liriano is the batter, and the swan song is fast approaching.
And Jim Leyland is yelling at Charlie Relaford. Sure. He is really hot.
I thought they automatically would kick him out after all that went on. He's letting Charlie Relaford certainly have a piece of his mind, and now he's going down to Paul Runge, who's the captain of his crew. Well, if you're reading lips, you hear some words that are not necessarily used on family TV.
Well, that's about as aggravated as I've ever seen Jim Leyland get. He's saying, you throw my man out, he doesn't even hit their guy. And they've hit 2 of our guys, and they stay in the game. And Charlie Relaford is saying he didn't think it was intentional.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, and Leyland is using that 1,000. And he's still following Charlie Relaford. And he is still complaining. Now Billy Connors comes out to talk to Batista. Leyland has been kicked out of the ballgame. What a thrilling afternoon. And to think there are some empty seats in the grandstand.
Well, Jim Leyland's going to get his money's worth. He's already been thrown out. And now he's going to get into the face of Paul Runge again.
You know, I thought after pitchers have been kicked out, as has happened here today, that both the managers and the pitchers are warned, and the first time anybody hits anybody, he's automatically out of the game, and so's his manager. But apparently there's a big difference here.
I don't think there was a warning issued, Harry. I think they just threw him out. There was no warning issued to either manager.
Jimmy Leyland, who's trying to curb the smoking habit, has been kicked out of the ballgame.
To go from 756,000 people in the stands a year before we got here to break the all-time record, which I want to take this time to thank the fans, and they've been unbelievable. To just see what's happened here in a short period of time, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's almost overwhelming.
I've never said this publicly, but I'll say it now. We had so much respect for the Mets, we weren't really that anxious to go home and see Cone, Gooden, and Viola and still have to clinch it. So that was Doug's regular day, so he pitched Sunday, and that way he will still have 4 days rest before he pitches again in the playoff, and that's why I did it that way.
Bobby Bonilla was one of the big stories in all of baseball beginning of the year. And, you know, to put the numbers up that he put up, it was fantastic. Play when he was pitching to Oklahoma City. I think the comparison is night and day. Bob Walk was a big, strong kid that could throw a ball through a wall, and sometimes that's where he threw it.
Manager Jim Leyland, and how he was able to keep his Bucks believing in themselves throughout the long summer. Psychology plays a big part in Leyland's game plan, as does preparation.
McGee's allowed to hit it anywhere. Charts that I got here show that he's hit basically the right center and left center.
I think you just got to make sure infielders don't play too deep. If they do, we don't be able to throw them
Yeah,
out anything.
any high bouncer or stuff like that is a base hit. You got to make sure that Fermin doesn't get too deep at shortstop, because he may catch the ball in the hole, but he's not going to throw any of those guys out. So make sure that he shortens up just a little bit so he gets any routine ground ball. They got to be out at first, because it's going to be a bang-bang play if he's lazy with it at all. Make sure you tell Felix. There it is. Now turn it. Now turn it one time. Yes, sir. Hello, Chico. Nice play, buddy.
Leyland treats his players with the same respect he has earned from them.
I respect that, and I respect that more about him than anything else.
Take that!
The only way we're going to make it if we stay as a team, if we work together. Very rare that the enemy beats you, you self-destruct. I preach that to my team almost monthly.
He has quickly become known as one of baseball's best field leaders. In fact, Sports Illustrated rated him first among all managers in preparing and teaching. At season's end, the Sporting News named Leyland co-manager of the year, along with Tommy Lasorda of the world champion Dodgers.
I credit the coaches with a lot of that, and I also credit the quality of our players. For whatever reason, this team never quit, and it hasn't yet, and I'm proud of that.
He probably said, "You just cost us a run." This looks like the NWA right now with Eric Gregg, the defending champion. Normally you object when an umpire puts his hands on a player or manager, but not in this case. Eric Gregg is doing the right thing. He doesn't want to see anybody get fined or suspended either. So Bell has been thrown out of the game. The Pirates will have to bring in a new...
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
The entire organization has something to be proud of. It's just too bad that all the people in the office and everywhere else don't get nice contacts like we get, because everybody's busted for this. Just happy about it.
Ricky Jordan was the second out.
Got him!
I thought he was going to get it, and then, for selfish reasons, too, you think about, well, this would be my first no-hitter as a manager, in the big leagues, and you're trying to figure a way where you did something to contribute, and you know damn well you didn't do anything, but it was a great night, and, you got 3-2 count, and you got a fastball, it was actually a ball, and Capizano got a base hit.
And there goes the no-hitter.
Well, as a manager, you can't get too emotional before the game's over, because excuse me, guys.
Surely you can forgive Leyland for getting a little carried away. The man who would later be named Manager of the Year had bravely led his team to an accomplishment few thought possible. But while one major battle had been won, another was yet to come. Fittingly, Jim Leyland's feet weren't touching the ground. 5 years earlier, his first Pirate team had finished last. Now, they were division champ.
Well, thank you very much, Ralph. I appreciate it. I can't hear you, and I hope you can hear me. And
Okay.
I appreciate that very much. And we had a great year, and like you said, the thing that I'm proudest of is the way Montreal kept coming after us, and we didn't give in. And I thought we played extremely well, and I thought you saw vintage Pirates today. Throw the ball over the plate and let your defense work. And Chico Leyland was unbelievable, wasn't he? He had to get some Gold Glove votes today.
I'll tell you, those were two of the greatest plays I've ever seen a second baseman make.
Well, there's no question about it. Of course, there's a good one over in Chicago that happens to hit 30 home runs, and certainly a great player and has been a great player. But defensively, for me, there's nobody better than Jose, and I just hope that the voters see it that way this year.
You know, Jim, I've said several times on the air that if you ever go to Las Vegas, I want to follow you around in Las Vegas because it seems like you managed to pull out the key play, the key move in just about every game that we've ever seen you manage. And you have that great knack, and you have established yourself as one of the great managers in baseball.
Well, to be honest with you, Ralph, I appreciate those words very much. I think that what's happened here is that people have underestimated the talent here for 3 or 4 years. You know, we got gold in left, gold in center, and what I think should be gold at second. One of our catchers won a Gold Glove. We got a Cy Young winner. This is a real good baseball team. And I said the other day, I think that the way this club played this year, I've gotten some credit, but I mean this sincerely. I don't think there's another manager in the Eastern Division that couldn't have taken this team to the crown this year. I sincerely believe that. That's how good they are. We're not a great club by any means. We have some holes, but we're an awful talented baseball team, and like I said, I hope that the guys start to get some credit for that.
They become the first team in 13 years to win back-to-back division titles in the National League. And there is no doubt about it. There's manager Jim Leyland, who has just moved away from the pack that is behind the mound. Leyland walking off the field. Knowing Jimmy as I do, this has to be another very emotional day for him.
This was what it's all about. They said nobody repeated. A lot of people thought we were fluke. I don't know what's going to happen from here on in, but I don't think anybody, and I don't want to get dramatic, but I don't think anybody can be proud of a team that I can. Cut off play, you saw it all today. You saw one of the Eastern Division champs today. I guess my famous line since about 2 years ago still holds intact. I think when I took this job, there weren't many people that wanted it, but there's a lot of guys that like to have this job today. I'm proud of that. When I came here, I gave my first talk to the front office, and I felt that my belief is what you want to do is you want to build an organization that's proud every year, not 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 10. You want to build one that people look up to on a consistent basis. I think we've done that, and I can only hope that we can keep that organization going in the same direction. I got the debut of the Sammy Award in Philadelphia when Bobby Bonilla was in a pretty heated argument with umpire Frank Pulley, and I was in the bathroom. So I got out a little late, and literally, I guess, got caught with my pants down. Bobby Bonilla is one of the premier players in the game now, and we knew that attention was going to be there all year. And I think we just made up our mind that, hey, we know it's there, but it doesn't interfere with what we're doing on the field. And I thought Bobby handled that really well, and consequently, he's had another outstanding year.
And the pitch swung on a drive to left field, going back, is fragged, it's gone!
You know, there's no telling when you may need that 1 or 2 guys that don't get many at bats or don't get to pitch much. The debut of the Sammy Award in Philadelphia when Bobby Bonilla was in a pretty heated argument with umpire Frank Pulley, and I was in the bathroom. So I got out a little late, and literally, I guess, got caught with my pants down. One key to successful people is to be able to go to work and enjoy their work. I think that's the way you get most production.
You hear him say he wants you to relax and have fun, but then he goes out and he's setting an example himself, and you know, I think that carries over to the players.
I am an emotional person. I have a tendency, you know, to tear up now and then. You know, I kid everybody about when I came here being Jim Who, and now my wife says, now you're Jim Boo-Hoo. So it's not like an instant thing where I'm so happy I'm crying. It's just that, like, I have flashbacks of coming here for the first time and where this organization's come from and how proud everybody should be today. And I think that's the thing that gets to me probably more than anything.
I'm in it because I'm manager. You don't want to be here. Get I'll go with. I'm going to do it. I'll get it. Let everybody know that you're fucking pissed off. So let's get this right now. I don't want to see it no more or go home. I've been there for 3 fucking years and I ain't getting anything. Make sure I talk to this. I'm not gonna put
But I do know one thing. I am the manager, and I'm going to run the team. Right there. Take that as a lesson. You know what I mean, Barry? There's a team in a pennant race, boy. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but there's a catalyst like he is. You cannot get thrown out.
Now back-to-back walks.
It looks to me like he's pitching this inning totally different than he pitched the first inning.
Very aggressive this inning.
Huh?
No, very aggressive.
Don't throw him a good strike here now. He's going to want to be real aggressive, especially against us. Now be smart, Fish.
Try again. Breaking ball. Strike him out.
Don't let that get away from your aggressiveness the way you're throwing to the hitter, you know? When you start worrying too much about them, all of a sudden you lay something there for them, they're going to jump on you. Stay aggressive to the hitter. Just make them stop. Change your pattern a little bit and make them stop from time to time. And we'll throw over there from time to time, but don't let that get you all involved throwing, spinning, doing all this and that, and then you lose your concentration. Just stay aggressive and use them all like you're doing. You're all right. That's got to be in the gap now. That's got to be in the gap. Come on, Fish, do a job now. Changes it a little bit now.
Batting ninth, number 54.
Talk to him.
Brian Fisher.
You.
You're going to have to hit it down here now unless Dreesen stays back. You're gonna have to, he told you to hit the first baseman. You're going to have to hit it down here.
Only a bunt, right?
Yeah, bunt, yeah. Okay. Right. Unless he's not charging real hard. If he's charging, you got to make sure you come this way. Okay.
Tito! They wheel on him now. Let him hack at him. That's a pretty good bunt right there, boys. That's a pretty big league bunt right there.
Now freeze on line drive now, Junior. Not too much, all right? Freeze on line drive.
Cardinals look for two. Hurd turns, throws. Double play, but the run scores.
That boy, Junior. Nice going. That baby.
Junior. Second back.
You got a big lead, don't he?
Yeah, he's going to steal.
Think you go first pitch?
They have done.
Come on!
Yeah! Yeah! That boy, Junior. That a baby. Yes, sir. That a way to come out of there. Nice going. That a boy.
Sharply down the right field line. That might get in for two. Van Slyke turns. He's on his way to second.
Come on, Slyke. Come on, come on!
Go for three. Yes. Here comes the
Right there, Andy. Right there.
And a triple for Andy Van Slyke.
Steal it. No, high chopper he wants you to go on, unless I tell you different, okay? Okay, that'll do. That'll do.
That way, Andy.
That way, Andy.
Hey, good hustle, baby. That way.
That way, Andy.
That way to hustle. Nice going.
The Bucks added a big insurance run on the top of the ninth. Guess who's going to close it out? Second baseman lean. That's it. It's all over.
That's that. That's the way to stay aggressive and go after him. That's a hell of a job, buddy. Outstanding, Junior. Dave. Yes, sir, Chico. Yes, sir, boys. That's championship stuff right there. Nice going, boy. That way. Nice going. That's good stuff, boys. That's championship stuff right there. Nice going. Hey, let's get him one more time. Make it interesting. Come on.
Now presenting the Eastern Division champion, Pittsburgh Pirates. Introducing Pirates manager Jim Leyland.
I'd just like to say that we had a great year. Both of us had a great year. You guys did, and I think we did too. And I think one thing that we all have to remember is that we can't take you for granted, and hopefully you won't take us for granted. And I'm on my plea of mercy here, so to speak, because to keep baseball in Pittsburgh, we need you to keep coming out to support this baseball team. And we're going to try to continue to do everything we can to provide you with a winner.